Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram, takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
On second down, here's Wentz. Surveying the field. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Holding offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
Let's go! Green, 39!
Wentz to throw on second down. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it's going to be third down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14. And a look now at the defense for Houston.
The competition to go to the Pro Bowl at safety is fierce in the NFL. But Rashad Jones makes his case year in and year out as one who should go.
So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. They fake the give. Now Wentz. He's got time. And he finds Hartline on the catch. And he's brought down after a good gain. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The safety, Rashad Jones, brings him down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
They run from the pistol with Ingram. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Here we go. What? No. What? Ohio. Ohio.
Wide. Get wide.
After the interception, here's Taylor. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 92 yards. And his guys have taken a first quarter lead. So from back deep in their own territory all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Second down, Ingram. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And now out comes Houston. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Second down following the incompletion. They'll come out in the pistol. Second and 10 now. It's Taylor. He's going to let it go again. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off. It's the Pro Bowl corner, Joe Hayden, with it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Let's go. What? 90. What?
Now Taylor to throw on second down. And Jones has it over the middle. Touchdown, Houston. Julio Jones. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. Took him less time than that to get the top speed and complete that play.
And it's good to make it 14-0. Franks now on to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The defense working their way back out now onto their home turf. On first down, it's Taylor. The left side completion to Jones. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Here we go.
On first and 10, it's Taylor. Going up top. And they went big on first down. Proves unfruitful.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier trying to keep him in the rhythm. Now Taylor. And that is incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense.
Certainly some contact there, and that's why there's a penalty on the defender for pass interference.
So hard to time it up for a defender to hit the receiver when the ball arrives. Got there a little bit early on that one.
Here's Taylor. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out now come the Cardinals. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he stopped immediately there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
When you put together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. Gets it to Gordon. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A really nice gain of 25 yards. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now a play fake here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. Give them 27 yards that time. And that'll be good for an Arizona first down. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And now the offense operates in the red zone. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And he will find his man. That's Hogan, complete. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this first half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a feeling those highlights will be pretty one-sided, too.
I think you're right, partner.
Watch left. Tight, watch left. Hey, hurry up, here we go. Boo,
Wentz now on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Chris Hogan, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the quarterback, Tyrod Taylor, is our focus here in this player's spotlight. And a trio of touchdown passes so far. They've got the lead as well. All is good in their football world to this point.
And it's so much fun for our colleagues, right? Think about our producer, our director, everyone putting together these shots. Wouldn't you love to be in the truck right now and hear him call?
They go play action here on first down. He's going to air one out. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, surprise, surprise, partner. No, we know it's not a surprise. When you try to complete a pass against this Cardinals defense, there's a reason that they are known as...
Let's go! Interception, baby! Let's go!
And now out comes Houston. And last time, one-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they decide to do a play caller. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
On second down, Smallwood. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. When we sat with the coaching staff a couple of days ago, they said attacking that defensive look with a run, something they wanted to do, it was effective.
And they were extremely confident, weren't they? Their planning, their preparation, they knew what they were going to get in that defense, and they were able to attack it accordingly.
Now it's Taylor. He's going to air one out. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver, and it's third down.
I know exactly why he tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. Taylor. It's caught. Jones. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Holding offense.
So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long.
Here we go! Flex round!
From the gun, it's Taylor. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's fourth down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
The left side completion to Jones. A very solid gain of 27. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And now a first down following that long gain. Again, we'll see the pistol here. From the red zone now, here's Taylor on first down. That is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Julio Jones in the final seconds of the first half. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Frank's now on to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now Taylor rolling to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, they decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice, able to get a hand in and tip it away.
So a second down incompletion now brings up third down.
Everyone's got four down. Here we go. What? 90.
Off the play fake, here's Taylor. Caught on the right side by Jones. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They'll indeed go for it. It's Taylor. Buying time to his left. He may try and Taylor hit. He lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. And they're not able to convert on fourth down. He had gained really good. And now out comes Houston. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown.
Let's go.
That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters.
Will Fuller, nobody there to stop him. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller with touchdown number 3 here this game, and 17 now on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. It's been quite the game for him individually, a trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route, whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, you know, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Franks now on to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Key him. Key the tight end. Here we go now. 3-19.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And a nice spin into some open field. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line.
Okay, let's do our version of name dropping here. Let's show off a little knowledge, right? The A-gap, the gap between the center and the guard on either side, right? Both sides. Control that, you're going to control an inside running game.
And he had to feel satisfied because he hit that gap. first and 10. It's Taylor. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Looking deep downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Now Taylor, and he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man win.
Watch left. Stop right there.
They come up in an offset eye. They start the drive with Smallwood. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
On second down, Taylor. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Taylor now to throw on 3rd down. And he locates Luke Wilson. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there.
Julio Jones all alone. Touchdown, Houston. Julio Jones with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
So they go with a pass. Taylor on first down. And And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Pernell McPhee coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Let's go. 1, 9, flex round, flex round. Flex round, flex round.
Now Taylor to throw on second down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 55 yards. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The defense working their way back out now onto their home turf. And a touchdown given up the last time they were out there, so maybe need to refocus a little bit.
And make sure that they don't start finger pointing with each other, because oftentimes when a touchdown's given up, you say, okay, where did that happen? Who broke down? Who gave it up? Instead, just go back out there, be a unit again, and try and play a little bit better.
Yeah, see if they can play a little bit better on this drive. Wentz now on first down. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game,
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Another pistol look here.
38. flex round, flex round. Check hot route. Ohio.
Time running out here on the play clock. Throwing now, Taylor on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Julio Jones, 64 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
and you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
And his kick is right through. Those are the... Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Come on, let's go. What? 90. What? 90. Ohio.
Oh, Taylor going to throw. Going for the deep ball. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Well, the obvious goal is to try and score a touchdown, but at the least, adding to a pretty big yardage total for his intended receiver there, huh?
Yeah, well, when you've got a guy over 150 yards, keep chucking it deep to him, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can get it to him short, and he can make plays that way. But I like what you just said. Throw it to him deep and get it in a big chunk.
But incomplete on that try. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Ohio. Here we go.
3rd and 2, now Taylor. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the longtime Charger, Eric Weddle. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
A penalty is declined.
Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. All day.
Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another.
go.
That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
Ohio. Watch the Ohio. Here we go. What? 90.
Taylor going to throw it. He sets to fire deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Julio Jones, 58 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. Looks like he'll throw here. He's going to go up top again. And it's It's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. But Charles, it's